Well, yeah, I think it has been quite varied. Even this season, we probably had, I think that game against CSK when we got a big score, it was certainly quite spongy and a little bit tacky. We've had a couple of games where the pitch has been quite low and slow. We certainly found first innings today, it was a very slow surface. It wasn't coming onto the bat at all. So look, it has been a little bit random, has been a little bit varied, but at the end of the day, our boys have got to figure things out there. They have to assess conditions and they have to put on a score, and we weren't quite able to do that today. Yeah, well, he was brilliant today, you're right. I actually think he's got a bit more zip than last season as well, and he was good last year. So, that early spell from him really got us going and give us a chance of defending that score. But he's someone that we can really rely on at either end of the innings. And he's backed it up every game so far. So it's nice having someone in the attack that is dependable. They've got new ball skills, can bowl through the middle and the death. So in terms of your question of what he gives us everything across phases. So it's really nice to have him in the attack. No, not really. That's kind of when we expected him to come in. We were bowling a good amount of spin through those middle phases, and we always try to use some of our fast bowlers to break up that pattern anyway. So no, not really. We expected Axar to come in then. Yeah, we probably weren't as fluent as we normally are. Obviously, we've been a pretty strong batting unit so far in the games gone. I wouldn't overanalyze that too much. We'll review honestly, like we always do. We'll always consider things that we did well and things that we could improve. Ultimately, we've been batting very well through this competition. So, we'll take some learning from this game and then we'll try and get back into our normal groove in the next one. Yeah, so look, there comes a point in a game where you feel like you're behind the game. So to get yourself back in that game, or maybe even get ahead of the game, you have to use your champion bowlers. So we felt that we had to bowl both Hazelwood and Bovey when we did, to try and make it as difficult as possible later in the game. Obviously, that involves a bit of a risk. It was a tough ask for Romario, bowling that last over to two international batters and two international finishers. So it was always going to be a tough ask. But we had to take the game as deep as possible. Yeah, I wouldn't put a number on it, but my instinct is we were short with the bat. I think we should have got more runs than we got. I wouldn't necessarily put a number on it. The boys did a good job of trying to defend it, but not quite good enough. Yeah, it's a good question. We were debating that in the dugout. Would we go one more over? Would we hold back two of his? Obviously, you've got to trust Raja out there to make the decisions he sees fit. He obviously felt like Bovey was bowling well, but he wanted two of his for a little bit later. I don't think there's a right or wrong there. They're just judgment calls. And Bovey, as you say, bowled two brilliant overs later as well. And even that six that Tristan hit, it was an incredible shot. It was a long way above his right shoulder. For him to pull that over the leg side for six was pretty remarkable. So, yeah, look, there's always an argument to say that Bovey could have gone one more. But I think Rajat made a decent call, and Bovey did help us get back in that game in the back end of the innings anyway. Yeah, look, it's a long competition. It is disappointing to miss out on 2 points. Every point is critical, and we know how competitive this league stage is. Look, we tend to review with the same thoroughness and rigour whether we win or lose. So we'll review well. We'll have good discussions with the players. And the key thing is just game by game continuing to improve. And if you do that, the points should take care of themselves.